Ugly game from our perspective. Washington played a great game. Really, they established aggression from the very beginning and carried it through to the end, and got to tip your hat to them. The way we played today is not acceptable. Not enough energy, not the right spirit. Obviously, not enough aggression, physicality. You can kind of go down the list. But we've got work to do. We've got a few days this week, and we've got to make it productive.
Rick, you guys scored 15 in the second, 19 in the third, 23 in the fourth. I mean, maybe this was just the spirit stuff you just described, but what do you see as the struggle and challenges offensively tonight?
We didn't play hard enough. And if you're not all there at both ends all the time, it's going to be very, very difficult, and it's difficult anyway.
How hard is it to get that back mid-game when you don't have it? Spirit, energy, effort, things like that.
It's not easy. And that's why this is really more of a first quarter league than a fourth quarter league. Because what you do in the first quarter, what you establish in the first quarter, in large part carries through, at least on some level. And so, look, we had a lead at the end of one, but we banked in 1-3, and then had another one go around the rim 3 times and go in. We had some shots that were fortunate shots. But we didn't get a lot of great shots in that quarter, and they had a lot to do with it, and then it caught up to us.
Just, I guess, to elaborate on that, did you get a sense that the spirit wasn't there in the first quarter, or did it become more clear, I guess, in the second and third? I guess
Well, I took a timeout a minute into the game.
Right.
So there's your answer.
What Drew, I think, was 0 of 11 to start. I know not to put anything on one guy, but was there anything? He obviously had the calf. Was there anything else he was working through just to kind of get some kind of offensive?
Look, the game is difficult when everybody, particularly with what we're in, particularly the position we're in right now, not at full strength. We have some new players, all those excuse type things, but if everybody isn't right, the game becomes hard for everybody.
Isaiah, Rick was in here talking about energy for you guys today, how you guys were missing it. When you don't have that as a team to start a game, and you might not be the perfect person to ask this, but how hard is it to get that back collectively?
I think it's something that, us as a unit, we still just got to figure out. Give credit to Washington. They came out with a lot of energy tonight. And I think that's something, we just got to try to come out with every night.
On a night like tonight where you guys struggled to score, you did find some successes. What did you feel like was working for you today?
Just playing hard. Matching their energy. I think just playing my brand of basketball, just going out there and just going all out.
Is there anything you as an individual can do when energy is lacking or offensive firepower is lacking to lift everybody? Is it just trying to play hard and hope it's contagious, or just something you can say? How do you think about that as a player?
I think playing hard, something I can definitely sort of can be more contagious. But I think, also speaking up, being a leader, that I could have did that a little more tonight. Just trying to uplift the guys and just give them energy vocally.
Just on the offensive end, especially, I think quarters 2 through second and third in particular, I think you had 15 and 19. Just where did you see everything get sort of bogged down, I guess, offensively, and what made it difficult to get the shots you guys wanted?
I think Washington was just playing super hard. They were playing good defense. We just came out sort of flat-footed. And then they just was making a lot of shots too. We weren't making any, so it was, it's tough tonight.
What stood out about what they did well defensively? You mentioned just the high energy, and that's a big piece to it. They seemed like, I guess, swarming guys.
I think just that. They just played harder than us tonight. And just got to get credit to them. Just came out and just played hard.
You were obviously able to have some success on the glass, and they were able to beat you, I think, overall. Just what do you feel like you were able to pull off there just to get some work done rebounding-wise, and what made them difficult to rebound against?
think just going out there and just, I mean, us as a team, we definitely just gotta keep working on just rebounding and stuff. But I mean, I just went out there and just tried to outwork whoever I was in front of, yeah.
Jay, you were part of that starting group. I think Rick called the timeout 90 seconds or something into the game. How quickly could you tell the energy wasn't there for you guys today?
Yeah, we didn't set the tone right. That first quarter usually does set the tone. Obviously, things can change later on, but it makes it a lot more difficult. So in a game like tonight, we just didn't set ourselves up right, didn't set everybody else up right that came off the bench later on.
Sometimes when one player has a ton of energy, it can spread to others. Do you feel like the opposite can be true too, that negative or the wrong energy can also be contagious in games like this?
To a degree, but I think most of that is like that's an us issue. There can be one guy that can pick things up, but typically if it's one guy and everybody else is good, then that guy just gets brought along. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a different thing. I feel like tonight it was we just weren't ready, and props to them. They played a great game as well. They have a lot of talent. My former teammate Marvin Bagley had a great game, so props to him. Haven't had my sound on in 20 years. Anyways.
You guys scored just 89. What did you feel problematic offensively besides just energy, effort, things of that nature?
We didn't get ourselves any easy shots. Most of our shots were contested or difficult or just not in rhythm. Like we just didn't really give ourselves any easy ones, which makes it tough even to get the hard ones to fall. Like we got guys that make tough shots all the time, but when we don't get easy ones, we don't make it easy on them. So.
Well, I guess, how much of that is them? And, tell me a little bit more about what led to not being able to create those. I mean, lack of ball movement? Was there something they were blowing up, I guess? I mean, just what kept you guys from getting anything to work the way you wanted to?
I think there's a lot that went into it. They were more physical than we were. That was apparent from the jump. Just in general, the way they guarded us, they were, trying to speed us up, trying to be physical with us, make us turn the ball over. They were successful in that.
Was there something that changed in the second quarter? I guess it was like you said, you didn't feel like you guys set the tone well in the first, but I mean, I think you guys had 40 through maybe 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. I think you had 8 the rest of the way in that period, and I think 19 in the whole third. I mean, did anything kind of flip to make it even worse than it already was?
Probably have to go back and watch it specifically. I don't know if there was one specific thing that happened. Usually there's not. Teams go on runs. Again, props to them. They played a great game. I think, we gave them a lot, and they took advantage of it.
What I think Bagley went for 23 and 13. Just what made him just tough to deal with and tough to keep away from the rim.
He's strong. He's big. He's strong. Jumps high. Takes advantage of matchups and switches when we switched more than we probably should have, and it led to him being able to seal the guard. Whereas if we can keep matchups, I feel like bigs have a better chance on him. But then he was me and a couple other guys, like he would get offensive rebounds, and he was usually the first guy off the ground going for those. So props to him.
This obviously comes in the middle of this sort of NBA break, I guess, where you have kind of couple practices, couple games, couple practices in between. I guess what do you kind of look at what this team needs to do to kind of, I guess, reset?
Yeah, we gotta take advantage of practice time. We're gonna have that coming up, and we're gonna just be ready for New York. We're gonna fix what we need to fix, which I think we saw it tonight. It was a game that overall we just got to be better, and we'll fix all that, and we'll be prepared for New York.